in the world. I was, doing a lot of different things or whatever. So when it came time for me to get my life right with God, essentially I was tired of the dating. I was tired of the same old, trying to figure out who was who and this, that, and the other. So anyway, I didn't want to go through that. So my personal convictions came in with wanting to make sure I stayed in right alignment with God. And that aligned with biblical truth. So that meant that I didn't want to put myself in a position to fornicate. God knows I did that enough. I did that for years. I didn't want to put myself in that line to do that again, because I knew God made me a promise, and I didn't want to get into that pattern of being okay with getting up and falling. I wanted to stand for God once and for all. And that's why I believe personally for myself, that's why he gave us, the gift of the Holy Spirit, is so we can be guided into all truth. So some of our convictions are actually coming from God himself. Some of the convictions, we're just pure men. We're flesh. We're not that bright. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. We're not. We're led into all truth by God, by his Spirit. So when we come up and we think we came up with a good idea, it's God telling us, don't go there during this time. Don't, you're attracted to that type of person. Don't go within close proximity after 9 o'clock alone with this individual. That's the Lord directing us. So we'll take that on as our personal conviction, but it's really the Holy Spirit saying, I'm trying to warn you. Because he said he will keep us from those temptations, give us a way of escape, and we just have to recognize it and run from it.
It's like you said, I wanted to stand for God. I didn't want to keep hitting the reset. And somebody out there might be saying, well, we're going to make mistakes. And is that really a reset? Or is it about, I wanted to get to a place of consistency, not perfection, but of not being intentional with my life and in my walk.
When we grieve the Holy Spirit, we feel that. That's what I wanted to stop. So when you feel that conviction don't always feel good. Sometimes it feels good because God is saving you from falling further. Just like in our marriage, I don't cheat on my wife, not just because I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt God either, because he's that third chord in our marriage. You know what I'm saying? So if we keep in the forefront of our mind, God, I don't want to hurt you, then we're careful in how we talk to our coworker. We're careful in how we misrepresent him. We're careful in what we do in public. We're careful in how we present ourselves to others if we're communicating that we represent Christ. So for me, it wasn't just about this thing of not getting up. I wanted to represent him well. I didn't want to continue to have the reputation that I was a player. I didn't want that attached to me, because I'm a new creature now. He said, let not your good be evil spoken of. So when people say, well, we're all going to make mistakes, you have to be cognizant. Yes, you will. We're in flesh. You're going to make mistakes until the day Jesus come back. But he gave us the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is so powerful. He can crucify and he can keep this flesh.